Real show, here we go. Real show, here we go. You know that it's gotta be that time, so this is what we chant. What keeps on getting them all amped in advance? Come on. You and I rocking out with Iron Man, F.E. You get the general's point of view on top of Roger's rants. We're never tapping out, we're putting the most minutes in. You already know what that's about, you know that winners win. Crush whatever's on task, check the podcast. It's the champ and the tramp, let the bomb blast.
Big thing.
I'm sorry.
Swing that bang hang. I wasn't talking about you.
Keep it out of the way. I'll keep it out of the way.
First thing out of his mouth. There he goes.
Well, it's better than the first thing in your mouth.
Here we go. Here we go. I'm concerned about you, bro.
You're concerned?
I'm concerned.
Yeah, you're concerned?
You talk too much about gay stuff, bro. You do.
It's making fun of you.
I know, but bro, it never ends. You would think of it.
It's funny. It's funny.
It is. It's
but
funny.
Like, someone's got to bring some humor to this podcast. It fucking ain't you. I'll tell you that.
Work a receding hairline joke in there. An old man.
I don't want to be mean. Like, listen, that's what I'm saying. That I don't want to be so mean.
That's accurate.
Accurate. I know. That's what I mean. That's what I say. I say. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying something that's not accurate. It makes it more funny, right?
All right.
Unless, or maybe I'm just trying to let everybody know.
Listen, I'm cool with it, man. I think you're losing a huge part of your demographic that follows you by making fun of.
I'm not making fun of anybody. Like I said, I'm friends with you. I'm not making fun of nobody. I'm comfortable being in the room with you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
With that bright blue shirt on.
That's the Frankie Yeager shirt, motherfucker.
I love it.
It's actually a little big on me. I'll be honest with you, and I know I'm going to catch a ration of shit from Mr. Edgar over here. Mr. Edgar is all about take out your aggression, get to the gym, work out. Everybody's not programmed that way. When I stress, I just want to go to work, come home, fucking get fat, and chill.
Sit on the couch.
Nah,
whatever.
Work. I do shit. I do little projects or whatever, just keep my mind busy. But
DIY.
I'm not into working out when I'm fucking like stressing about shit.
That's probably the best time you need to work out.
I know, but it probably is. But
it definitely
it's hard for me to get into it. But anyway, got to get back to it. Lost a little size. Lost a little. I've been slacking on the gym for at least a couple of weeks now. So I got to get back. I'll get back. But I went bike riding last night. That's cardio.
That's kind of cardio.
Did like 4 miles. Right.
I mean, it's
we kind of bar hop, so whatever exercise I got, I killed with alcohol.
Hey, I guess
I only had 3 drinks out. We went to 5 establishments, and I think I only had 3 drinks, and I ate a salad at the last one. So not bad.
So you're keeping mindful.
I ate a slice of pizza too. Is that horrible?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I had a little Marucas on Father's Day.
Did you? What'd you do for Father's
David's
Day?
a big Marucas guy.
Oh yeah? Wait, David Paris?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. That's cool.
But what were we saying? You were saying about.
I just said, what'd you do for Father's Day? Like, what? You went to Marucas?
No, before that we were on
the pedal bike. Did like
about 4. You working out?
Like 4 miles.
Oh, that's what I want to say. You should do this. You should try. Remember, jeez, fuck, I think his name right.
My point to that was
the cop that
stood
stood up to everybody at the beginning. We met him at Ian Smith's gym thing. The cop.
Oh, Gary Anderson. Greg Anderson.
Greg Anderson. Yeah. He went on a diet of just meat and apples.
Yep.
Well, could you do that for a month? No, you couldn't.
I mean, if I'm being 100% honest, could I eat it? Yes, but I'm lazy. I probably wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I'm lazy. Could I do it? Sure. But would I do it? Probably not.
No,
so the answer is no then.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
That sucks. You should try it. I know. That would probably be a drastic change.
Yeah.
I know it's not sustainable though. Something that's not sustainable though. I'm saying just to test yourself.
I mean, we've met Greg in person. A super nice guy, athletic guy, BJJ guy,
black belt,
and we obviously huge fans of what he stands for, what he does. He's obviously like an athletic guy because of what he does, but he's not a big guy. You know what I mean?
He's pretty big.
I don't want to be like.
Big. He's like, what do you mean he's not a big guy?
Well,
not as big as you. I mean, it's coming from me.
What do you think?
Coming from me, but I think he's 200 fucking pounds.
You think he is?
Yeah, probably. Probably when he diets, he gets under that, but he's probably 200 pounds.
I would have put him at like 170, 180. But
no,
okay,
no way.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Way.
Okay,
yeah. Your big guys can't tell.
But I'm saying for me, and it's definitely like a dysmorphia in my head, I'm sure. But I've always seen myself as like this tall, lanky, skinny guy because that's what I was when I came to Jersey. Trust me, bro, that's what I was. I still see myself as that, very disproportionate when I look in the mirror. So I don't like being 225 pounds. Even though probably most people aesthetically would think I look better, I don't like the way it looks. I like being 240, 245, 250. I like being there, you know?
Yeah.
Even if I'm carrying some extra pounds. I would listen, I love to
but how do you feel better? It's all about look or feel for you?
I've been...
Is it look or feel for you?
I think a combo of both, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel, for lack of a better word, more confident being thicker, being bigger. Yeah.
Thick
you know?
rod.
And I get annoyed. And I think most people mean it as a compliment, but when you say it to big guys,
What? Say what to big guys? Oh, you losing weight.
Yeah, when people say,
look good,
"Hey, you
bro."
look good. You lost a lot of weight, huh?" I'm like, "Fuck, that irritates the fuck out of me because I'm not trying to lose weight."
So what's the best? Yeah, bro, you look.
I lose it.
You look V'd up, bro.
I
you
look
pretty V'd up. Is
I
that
lose-
better?
No, but I'm not V'd up. That's the problem. Is bodies are made in the kitchen.
Damn,
no,
bro,
no
you looking
question.
thick sauce. You looking thick sauce, son.
No, what I'm saying, you agree, right? Bodies are made in the kitchen. They're not really made in.
Agreed.
What would you put the
both.
percentage
It's
as?
both. Yeah,
it is both.
Probably
70-30?
Yeah.
70-30,
probably,
right?
Yeah.
And that's where I really need to put effort in. Is more the.
But I
eating.
mean, like, think about it. You've been lifting weights for how long? Like on a consistent basis.
Well, you have to remember when I lived in Maine, I lived because the nearest gym was
Just
an hour away.
lifted rocks.
YMCA was
Lifted
an
rocks.
hour away, bro.
You train like Rocky
Yeah.
in Rocky 4.
No, people are just tough breed up there. But
Hearts on fire. You fucking taking like the rocks with this, you know what I mean?
we trained that Russian style out in the snow, running in the snow
did
and
you
shit.
do that in Maine?
No, I didn't. But I went to a YMCA, which, like I said, was an hour away because I started working out with a group of older guys that were into lifting, and I was a
Older
little
guys.
skinny guy. No, older, like maybe 3 or 4 years.
Older guys like those skinny
Yeah,
guys.
Here we go. So, but never consistently. So I moved to Jersey. I told you this story, and I figured out what Jersey chicks were into. They're into dudes with muscles. So I joined a gym, started lifting as a string bean. And I think that was probably, I moved here in 98. Let's say I started lifting maybe around 2005, 4 or 5, something like that. I was here for a few years before I joined a gym or did
So
anything.
2005 to 2022, So almost 20 years of work. That matters too. Like,
Right.
like when you say in the kitchen or in the gym, like
Right.
you put in that much of volume, that much, work over 20, almost 20 years.
Right.
That does matter too.
I do know, obviously.
That does matter, too.
Obviously, they say muscle has memory, right? Like, I wouldn't have to be back in the gym too long. It's amazing, though. You can be in the gym for 20 years to put on, whatever, 20, 25 pounds. And you can lose that 20 pounds in literally, like, months if you quit altogether.
Or vice versa.
Well, I was going to say, muscle does have memory. So I can like, my arms are small right now. I could get the size back relatively quickly, probably, like, in a month or two. I could get back close to, like, maybe where I was. But, I just got to get back in. It's just dedication, bro. You're a very regimented, very dedicated guy.
It's my job.
Yeah, I don't want to make excuses, and I'm not. Whether it was, I believe when you were a plumber, you did it too. I believe that. So
Well, yeah, I did.
So-
but do you think? Because I was talking to somebody.
part of it, part of it is I'm older too. Like it's not. In my head, I'm like, do I still need to do this fucking shit? But I need to do it for me,
Dude.
for me, because it gives me
For the
peace of mind.
fucking for the war that's coming, bro.
Yeah, true.
Get prepared
true.
for the war that's coming.
True. That is true.
For real, you got to be able to fucking run a little bit. And shit, seriously.
Bro, my cardio has never been good, but on the bikes, and again, I wasn't up
Hey,
against.
biking's actually
wasn't-
for you. Biking's probably the way to
I
go.
wasn't up against any stiff competition, but they were all smoked, gassed, and I still had something. In the
But
tank,
I'll tell you
know
what,
I mean?
biking's probably running's probably too hard. You're too fucking big to run.
Yeah, no.
You should
Plus I
bike
got
though.
the
Bike. You
back
should get mountain
issue
biking.
fucks up.
We should go mountain biking.
Yeah.
You think you do it?
Yeah. I mean,
gotta get a bike.
But yeah, aren't bikes like stupid expensive? Like for like a decent bike's like $5,000, isn't it?
I mean, I had my bike. I got my bike.
I know a
fucking
kid-
7 years ago for like $2,000.
I'm friends with this kid. He's a young kid, nice kid, but he drives like I don't know, maybe a $2,000 Subaru station wagon, and he loads like a $12,000 mountain bike in the back of it and goes all fucking over riding.
Yeah, I'm not. I have someone I know that gets all super expensive. I'm fuck that, bro. The bike rides and I got some shocks and shit. I'm
Right,
good.
You're good, yeah.
It's a nice bike to specialize, but
yeah,
it's not.
yeah.
It's old as fuck.
That's
and
what the guys were riding last night that
Yeah.
I was with, and I'm on this piece of shit Walmart
dual suspension,
special.
29-inch tires, but it was no more than $2,200 probably.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
I bet not now though. That
Yeah,
same
yeah,
bike
yeah,
now
yeah.
is probably $4,000.
Yeah.
If you can get it,
So back to the lifting, but like the steroids. I mean, I want to ask about steroids. Like, do you think so I have someone that I know that's maybe like in their 50s, right? In their 50s, mid 50s, and they are thinking about doing TRT.
Mm-hmm.
You start doing TRT, you lose your hair. You think?
I'm not going to pretend to be an aficionado on this, but no. Do I think that has he ever no history of steroids?
No,
no.
not that I
then
know
I don't
of.
think so at all.
Yeah.
No. You know, I think every body is different. Like if you're prone to a hair loss, it probably will accentuate it. You know what I mean? If you're not prone, everybody processes.
Okay, so I'm saying
steroids
he has some hair loss, natural hair loss.
Yeah, then maybe over time, it's not like
will it accelerate that? Do you think? Well, not that you fucking should know, but you mean you have experience.
TRT maybe. I mean, they say TRT does that, but you know
why though? Why?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Testosterone, right, is a hair builder, really. You know what I mean?
So why would they do that? Right?
I don't know. We'd have to get somebody in here that could explain that better than me. I haven't really researched that well, but it seems to make you grow hair in the places
that makes me not want to do TRT when I'm older.
No, I don't think you got good hair, bro. I honestly, again, not coming from any sort of doctor standpoint, just my own personal little bit of knowledge that I have. I don't think you'd have any issue with hair loss at all.
And what about pimples?
Not with TRT. A lot of people get that with different stuff. And again, you're either prone to it or you're not. Two identical, not identical, but two people can do the identical run the same, stack, whatever you want to call it. Stack can be really whatever you want it to be. And one might break out, one might not break out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So really just depends what your body composition is, and how you process stuff.
I really was a pimply guy.
No, I would, back in the day when I would run gear, it was kind of on the off cycle. As you came off, I would get a few on my shoulders.
Yeah, exactly. Your hormones would be fucked up.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Right. I don't want to fuck with my hormones.
Right. Why would you, bro? You're such an athlete and in such good shape. Why would you do it? You don't have.
I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about like when I'm.
Almost every
50s,
dude that does
50s,
steroids. Again, my personal opinion has some sort of inferiority complex or
some people want to feel better, dude. Like someone that's trying to take TRT or something.
Some, sure, yeah. Anybody getting it from a doctor, I would agree with you. Anybody getting that shit off the street, they're battling with.
But it's the same shit. They want to feel better, be
same
stronger,
as a chick.
same thing. Yeah. They
want to feel better about themselves.
That's okay.
No issue with it at all.
Or a guy that wants to get fake tits. Right. That's okay too now.
Apparently.
Right.
Apparently a lot of them out there.
Yeah? No. Well, maybe. Did you see what Aljo called TJ Dillashaw?
No.
He called him TRTJ.
No.
TRTJ Dillashaw.
Who's that? Aljamain Sterling? What's his name just ripped on Aljamain, didn't he? I forget what he called him.
Who ripped on him? Cejudo?
Cejudo. Yeah. I'm going like this, short guy. Cejudo. Yeah, just called him something and called him out and said something about after I knock you out, I'll put a gold medal around you so you actually know what it feels like to have a real gold. But I mean, how much of that game is just drumming up fight and promotion? How much of that shit talk?
All of it. It's actually I think Aljamain went to Cejudo's and did like a podcast with him.
Oh really?
Yeah.
How long ago?
Not like a month ago, maybe. Or something
really?
Like that.
Yeah. So that's probably all. But how about a guy like Conor, Conor McGregor, who's one of the best shit talkers in the game.
Yeah.
Like there's talking, and then there's throwing fucking dollies through bus windows and getting arrested for it. Like, is he legit that angry, or is that part of the hype too?
My man likes the white train.
What's that?
The white train.
The yayo?
The yayo.
The yayo bus?
Baricua.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's what I hear. I mean, that's the rumor.
No, I'm sure,
hey, you
bro.
ever see the video of him fucking slamming? He does look all fucking yacked up.
Yeah.
Yacked up.
Whatever. To each their own. Him and John Jones should get along.
Hey.
You see his boat, bro? He's got a Lamborghini boat. It's like a one-off custom.
Oh, Connor.
I think it's like a 63-footer, bro. It is.
It's like a yacht.
Looks like a car on the ocean.
It's a yacht, right?
It's a yacht.
It's considered a yacht.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
How much did it cost? You think he bought it?
We'll have Andrew look it up. Take it. You stab at it. Take a guess what you think it costs. I'll take a guess. And I honestly have no idea.
$19 million.
Oh, you think that much? I was gonna go. I was gonna go.
Okay.
No. You said 19. Is that what you're going with?
Is it how many feet you said?
I thought I saw 63 on it, so I assumed that meant 63 feet, but that might mean something else. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Is that big? That seems pretty big.
63 is pretty fucking. If that's how big it is, that's a big boat.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you put that in like Brielle, which is
I'm not in nauticals.
Just the fact that it's a Lamborghini, you got to bump it up.
It's a Lamborghini or a fucking Mercedes? You said Mercedes 2 seconds ago.
Oh, did I? Sorry, it's a Lamborghini. I could have swore I said Lamborghini. Sorry, misspoke.
Yeah, it's probably about 7-8 million. Actually,
I was going to put it in that range. So you're going with 7 or 8?
I'll say 8.
Okay, I'll go 8.5 million.
Oh.
Conor McGregor's yacht that he owns.
Lamborghini yacht.
It's a Lamborghini yacht.
Cost of the Lamborghini yacht.
Probably going to be an estimated price. But.
Well, what's that? 4. Wow, I won.
You did win. You were Price is Right, bitch.
Yeah. Not by much.
No, that doesn't matter. You win. Did you see? I saw a guy that, again, it's documentary. I didn't watch it, but I just saw like a little preview clip of
This guy.
No, I'm just saying, interesting. Somehow he figured out how to beat the system on The Price is Right. He like studied like every show ever, and certain items would come up more than once or whatever, and he figured out how to bid on stuff, and he beat the show.
How do you beat the show? He won.
He won. Stuff? Yeah, he won. He won. Like by
won.
bidding.
He keep coming back though, right?
I don't know.
Like
I didn't watch it. I'll have to watch it now.
Like Jeopardy.
But somehow he figured out the system how to do it.
You ever watch Family Feud? Yeah. I feel like I've been watching Family Feud since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Steve Harvey's pretty fucking funny.
He's really good, bro. I like Steve Harvey a lot, man. I got a lot of respect for that dude. And why did he shave his head? He looks good. He looks good with a shaved head, but he had one of the best heads of hair in the game. Why did he shave his head?
Fucking went bald.
Really?
Yeah.
You wouldn't have known it.
His hairline was impeccable.
Oh, bro.
Right?
Hair
what was that?
Fleek.
What was that special they did? Kings of Comedy.
Yep.
It's him, D.L. Hewley.
Yep. Bernie Mac, right?
And Cedric the Entertainer, yeah.
Bernie Mac died, right?
He did.
He was funny as fuck.
He was.
Yeah. No, Steve Harvey's great, man. I got a lot of respect for that dude. I like that dude. He's got a couple I can't remember them. He's got a couple really, really good quotes.
Who did they ask? You know? We asked 100 people.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Who?
It's got to be on the street, right outside the studio.
Or you think right in the studio?
Where is that? It could be.
Right?
Yeah, it's either right outside the studio or in the studio, one or the other. And it's probably in the studio. They probably have a questionnaire you fill out when you sit down, turn it in.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is. Yep.
Because there's some wild ass shit.
Yep. Yeah, there used to be some crazy shows.
How about the one guy that used to kiss all the contestants, all the female contestants?
Bob Barker, was it?
No,
Bob?
not Bob.
No.
Bob Barker was Price is Right.
Yeah, who was it?
It was the guy. Actually, you ever see Running Man?
Yes, he was the commentator in it. What the hell was his name?
I don't know.
He was a little pimp too. What the hell was his name? Fuck.
Yeah, you remember?
I remember exactly.
If you said it, maybe I'd know it, but I wouldn't.
Yeah, no, he always wore the suits, and he was like a little dude, like a little Italian-looking guy. But
about time, but
I know who you mean. I forget what his name is.
He was funny.
What a great movie that was, though. The Running Man. That was a great concept. Good concept.
I mean, yeah.
What was the one that was same concept but was done outside? Was it Ice Cube or Ice T or Ice Cube was in it?
Ice T, I think.
Ice T? Yeah, I think it was Ice T was in it, and they basically
let
him. They let him.
People.
Yeah,
they were hunting people.
They let him go in the woods.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So. And they hunt. The
Running Man, that was classic.
Running Man was like all underground, wasn't it? Or like it was like.
Well, kind of. It was also
in a
like
studio setting, right? Like
but it was an apocalyptic time.
And they're filming. Right? There's cameras everywhere. They're filming all this. Was just like they took a bomb.
But it's so funny, right? That's supposed to be the future. But they still have like screens. Like the screens, they didn't think of different screens.
Right.
Like, the screen's like TV screens.
Right.
Nah, bitch.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. How about Cyborg? Remember, like
Jean-Claude
Van Damme, one of his first ones, I think.
Yeah.
It might have been his first one. I don't know if it was his first. No,
hell no.
No, was Bloodsport was after, right?
I don't know. I think Bloodsport's before.
Cyborg, I'm pretty sure was first, before Bloodsport, anyway. But
he kicked Cody in the face. Remember?
I know Cody was pissed, bro. A lot of those. Well, what's your opinion on Steven Seagal? What's your opinion on him? Because he takes credit for helping UFC, especially Anderson Silva.
Here,
he claims he taught him that.
The fuck out
that
here.
one front kick that he took out. No, obviously I agree with you. What is your take?
I taught you that fist pump back in.
Do you think
on the fucking
he's a legitimate
stance floor?
Is he a legitimate like fighter, or is it not
he's
fighter? A legitimate
Aikido martial artist. Yeah,
he is.
Yeah, I think so. Aikido I think it's Aikido or Hapkido. Aikido, one of them. A lot of that's like dancing shit, almost like where it's, I don't know if it's choreographed, but you have to have a good you have to have someone that's playing. No, but like where they do the throws.
Yeah.
That shit looked fucking dope in those moves. Above the Law, Out for Justice.
Yep.
Come on. He always played the Italian guy. He's fucking run like such a little fruitcake.
I know.
When he ran.
He's such a weird guy.
I'd like to see you run, actually.
I'll run.
I'd like to see you run.
I can't run far, but I can run. I can run, pal.
But yeah, dude, Steven Seagal, he fucking break your arm.
Yeah.
Dude,
No, when he first came on the scene, I mean, I was young and I was like, damn, this guy's good. But
that was like a different way of fighting too.
MMA has really, the not the introduction of it because it's been around forever, but the publicized MMA that has come out, obviously UFC being probably the top dog on the list, has really opened people's eyes to, it's kind of in the same token of professional wrestling. People used to think that shit was real, and it took years and years and years, and people have figured out it's fake.
Right.
But like you watch Bruce Lee, and he was legitimate. I'm not saying he wasn't, or Steven Seagal, or Jean-Claude Van Damme. As a kid, I was like, these are the baddest ass motherfuckers on the planet. They wouldn't stand Bruce Lee. No, actually, Bruce Lee, not even. I want your intake on that. What would they actually do in a real fight in an MMA?
Yeah, no, it's different.
That was totally different. Mm-hmm. But you, as a kid, when you're watching that, you thought those were the baddest motherfuckers
for sure,
on the planet,
absolutely,
bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, no.
Chuck Norris, bro.
He
Chuck
was legit,
Norris.
he was actually, he probably fought more than all of them.
Yeah.
He actually, I don't think Van Damme or Seagal fought.
Right.
Like Chuck Norris fought, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know if Bruce Lee even fought.
Chuck Norris was karate, right?
Karate. Yeah, I believe. I don't know what he was, but yeah, he actually fought and shit.
Yeah.
That scene where Bruce Lee and him fight in that one movie, he's all hairy chested and shit.
Yeah. Magnum PI.
But dude, like Rogan always says, like martial arts grew in 30 years quicker than it did in thousands.
No question.
Right? That's fucking wild, man.
You got it. Don't you have to give a lot of that credit to the UFC? A lot of that, right?
Yeah, to the Gracie family and UFC. Yeah,
well, yeah, right. So the combo of the two, the Gracie. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, but there were other organizations before UFC.
Pride.
UFC just did it the best.
Sure, yeah.
They did it the best.
Why did Pride go away?
They got bought by the UFC.
Well, wasn't there a ton of corruption in that sport?
I think so, yeah.
There was a ton,
a lot
right?
of mafia.
A lot of,
what do they call it?
Yakuza, yeah.
I don't know if that's true, but yeah, I heard it is all really corrupt. I don't know if that's why. I mean, the guy, he sold it to the UFC for probably a pretty good amount of money, and now he runs Risen now.
Mm-hmm. I saw some interview with Dana, which was obviously an old interview because they were bought out. How many years ago did they get bought out by the enterprise that owns them now? But
2016, maybe, was that right? About 2016.
He pocketed like $36 or $37 million off that. Dude. That's crazy. Good for him, man. He was a 9% shareholder because he sold one share to the Sheik. He was talking about it, so he's cool with it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Good for him, man.
They say he wins like $1 million like poker bets or blackjack bets.
I'm sure it's a rumor. I'm sure. But someone told me they don't allow him to bet in Vegas anymore.
Yeah, no.
Is that true?
This is a true story right here. Is he fucking won so much money at the Palms that they kicked him out, said he can't come back here no more. So he said, okay, we're not UFC won't be back here no more either.
Oh, really? No shit. Wow.
But I think the Palms made it I think they made it right. I think they gave him a belt and shit, like a championship belt,
Oh, really?
So he can't come back here no more. So that's kind of cool.
That's funny.
But you must be good. I mean, I don't know. Are you good at poker or at blackjack?
No.
Can you be good at it?
I'm not. Do you remember when they first legalized,
which is not, then they
did
took
away
it
with
away,
it.
but now it's back again, right?
So little story for you. They legalized online gambling. This is probably going back 2000, before we even had kids. Maybe 2011, 2012, 11, something like that.
Yeah.
You did. I didn't at the time. And Dana had invited you and my ex down as part of this promotional thing to
like the announcement,
because the Fertitta brothers own part of that online gambling thing.
Yeah, correct.
So they invited us down to AC, and basically,
where AC was it? Do you remember?
I don't remember where.
It wasn't even like we were out on a
we
floor.
just sat in the suite. We were in the suite, and his camera guy that's still with him today.
Oh yeah,
was there filming us.
Elliot, yeah.
And he gave us, what did he give us, 10 grand a piece?
Yeah.
Not me, but he gave you and just free money to bet, and by the time we left, it was all gone.
You blew my spot, bro.
Yeah. Because we're not gamblers, I had no clue what we're doing.
I know.
But it was fun. It was fun.
But like, for real though, in blackjack, some people are better than others, right? You just know how to play the system. I don't. I don't
know. But poker, for example, how do they spot the bosses, which are trained to do this, the pit bosses, is actually, I think, the people upstairs with the cameras. How do they know a card counter from a regular player?
Are you a card counter in poker or in blackjack, or could it be either?
Definitely blackjack. I'm not sure.
Definitely blackjack. Definitely blackjack. But I don't know about poker. That's what I'm
not sure.
I don't know. I just think they just win a lot eventually.
And that's how they.
And they say you can't come back here.
They just determine.
That's what's messed up. It's like, I'm fucking like, I'm that smart. I can't come.
Yeah.
I can't play because I'm that smart.
Right.
Because it's not like you're cheating.
Right. But that's my point. How do you? How do they determine?
I guess you just,
between somebody that had like a really good couple nights. It must be repetition, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm assuming they just keep winning,
right.
and they're like, fuck this guy. There's no way. I'm sure there's like percentages of people wins. You know, like, there's no way this guy can win that much.
Dana probably is not a card counter. Not that he's not an intelligent guy.
I'm just telling you this. I just bet you Dana he doesn't give a fuck.
Right.
So when like, oh shit, I can win a lot of money. He doubles, triples, quadruples down.
Right.
And that's how he wins.
But the if you're not a card counter, the deck is stacked against you. The odds of winning are not in your favor. It's always in the house's favor. So wouldn't they recoup their money? Most likely. Let's say they paid him $1 million hand.
Not that he's a card counter. Maybe he's just fucking really lucky, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, look at him. He
guess.
started the UFC. He's pretty lucky.
That's true. Yeah. No, he took a shot at something and he stuck with it. And do you remember like the early days? I don't know what year it was, but Senator McCain.
Yeah, it's cockfighting. Called cockfighting.
Yeah, well, cruel
that's
and unusual.
That's when you got into it. You're like, wait a minute, I want to watch this.
That's actually a pretty good one. That was a decent joke. But yeah, he really, I think early 90s really basically stifled it. It was pretty much for a couple years. I think it was almost forced,
underground.
Almost
much,
forced
right?
underground, yeah. But Senator McCain was the one behind that spearheaded that whole thing, that said it was like cruel and unusual and, like you said, cockfighting or whatever he called it. And it was hard. But now, I mean, shit. I think the hardest state to get accepted into was New York, wasn't it? And they're there now.
It was the last state.
They're there now,
Yep. And it's funny, though. That was the last state to start. That's where I had my first fight.
This is probably a really dumb question. I'm pretty sure the answer is no. But has there been a UFC fight in every state? Probably not, right? No way.
Nope, not. I mean,
there's got to be a major city in every state with a big stadium.
I'm pretty sure Alaska there was not one. I bet you Delaware there hasn't been one. Probably. I bet you Rhode Island there hasn't been one. Vermont,
Maine had one.
I know Maine. That's why.
Yeah, because he's from there. Yeah. Now, is he from there or his family? His grandmother, I believe, is from there.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I know from what I heard.
Fucking Google him. No.
It's Bangor. I know it's Bangor, and Bangor Auditorium is where and it doesn't have a huge seating. I don't know what the seating is.
Yeah, but you don't need fight nights. Have fight nights there.
Yeah, it was a fight night.
Because think of even the fight nights.
Didn't you do one in North Carolina that was at a Army?
I was supposed to. I was on it, and I got injured.
Who were you supposed to fight?
Fuck's his name? Oh, Matt Wyman.
Oh, okay. He was on a little bit of a run for a while. Whatever happened to that guy? He took some losses?
Yeah.
He was on a run for a while. Didn't they call him Handsome Weinman or something like that?
He called himself that, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. Actually, Jim Miller took that fight. I fucking hurt my knee going with Jim.
No, and Jim got it.
Well, no, actually, I hurt my knee. Wrestling. Hurt my right, I forgot my left knee or my right knee. And then I'm trying to, when I'm putting a brace on, I'm just like, fucking, I'm going to get through it. Yeah. And then I'm going with Jim, and then I hurt my other knee. Oh. Yeah. Well,
and he got the fight.
And he took the fight, yeah.
That's
it wasn't
crazy.
his, my knee.
Did you guys push him like, yo, call and take this fight?
No. I didn't even know.
They did it on their own?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's a weird coincidence.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite fighter, unbiased? Be unbiased, not like Marlon or Edson or people you know. I mean, I guess it could be, but try to be unbiased. Who's your favorite fighter to watch? Just watch fight. They don't have to be a champion or whatever. Just someone that you just love to watch. I can name a bunch, but
yeah, you can name a bunch. I can name a bunch.
Dan Henderson is probably my favorite.
Dude, yeah, he was great.
I love that fucking Hendo bomb. I love watching. Dan
Anderson was great to watch too, man.
Like a guy that's he's really good, I guess. But I love watching Uriah Hall fight. I just like his
fun to watch, but he's exciting.
Yeah, he has that
super athletic.
Probably one of the best stare downs.
Does he?
In the game? Yeah, he does, bro. He does, and he brings it. He ain't scared,
No. Weidman fought him in Ring of Combat local here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, before they both were in the UFC.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh shit, who won that one?
Weidman.
Really?
Weidman stopped him, I think.
Out wrestled
Probably.
him? Yeah.
Probably, I would imagine back then. And then this fight that happened. And then Weidman broke his leg on him.
Yeah. But even even after that, like he was just expressionless. Even looking at that fucking, I mean, the fight's over, and he was just like,
who?
Uriah Hall.
Oh, you're saying? What do you mean, like?
Like he was, I mean, Anderson's such a nice guy. I feel like, if it was obviously he got his leg broken, but if he broke somebody's leg, I feel like he would get down and bow and all this. Uriah's just walking around the ring, just fucking expressionless and.
Well, what can you do?
I know, I guess, but I'm just saying he's got that fucking killer fighter style about him, and he doesn't always win.
But no, is he from New York? I think maybe.
Oh really? I didn't
Jersey,
know
New York.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Wow.
Yeah.
It makes me like him.
Tiger Showman guy originally, and then he moved out west.
No shit.
Mm-hmm.
He probably in the he got into the Tough House obviously and tried out. Probably to date one of the fucking craziest knockouts ever. Spinning back kick.
Caught his leg.
Caught him right in the side of the head, bro. The noise that made. I thought that guy was dead, bro.
I got hit in the dick bad on Saturday.
Oh.
Sparring.
Really?
All
Kick?
dick, no balls.
Oh.
Oof. Yeah.
Cup on, obviously.
Kick. No.
No.
Yeah.
Who, that up and coming kid?
Yeah.
What's his name? Shout him out.
My man Mark Gray.
Mark Gray.
Yeah, fighting July 13th.
Is he?
CFFC down in Tampa actually too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You going down?
No, I'm not going down.
Okay.
But yeah, kept right in the fucking beat, right in the.
Oh.
Yeah. Dude, the dick shots are worse than balls. I think.
Gotta be, bro. Yeah, because I feel like, and again, probably only happened to me a couple times in my life, but I told you my kid got me right. I think he got everything. He got the meat and the potatoes, but I wasn't right for like 2 days after that, bro. I was not right.
Dude, I was afraid to pee after this one.
Really?
Yeah.
One of the worst fucking groin injuries I've ever seen is Jackass, Johnny Knoxville. Got on that dirt bike. I don't think it was the movie. I think it was the show on MTV. And he was riding. They're always bringing new guys in or whatever, or not new guys, but guys that are experts in something. They bring this pro, stunt rider in on a dirt bike, and he gives Knoxville a couple lessons on how to pull a backflip. Now, normally you pull a backflip into a foam pit, you practice over and over and over into a foam pit, and then you do it to dirt, because you fucking literally kill yourself.
Yeah.
He got like a quick little fucking lesson on how to do it, and he tries to pull a backflip.
Johnny Knoxville did?
Johnny Knoxville, bro, he's nuts.
He was the most nuts at
all
the
of
beginning.
Them, bro.
Yeah.
To fucking stand in front of a bull and just get absolutely mowed over. He did the craziest shit. The shit with the highest degree of injury, he always did.
Yeah. Right.
The other guys would do like crazy, stupid shit, like shit in their pants or Steve-O.
Honestly, bro, I just watched the Jackass 4 point whatever.
But anyway, let me finish real quick.
Right,
he pulled that backflip, and obviously he didn't land it because nobody could with no experience. But it fucking bike goes up in the air. He pulls a backflip. He comes down, lands in the dirt pile, and this bike falls out of the fucking sky. And the bars get him right in the fucking dick, bro. And he showed like the damage it did, bro. Like I thought he was gonna fucking like it looked.
Dick, yeah.
It was black, bro, and he was like bleeding out of his fucking dick and out of his. It was crazy, dude. It was crazy.
Anyway, back to the. I said it's on Netflix or whatever. They just put too much dick and balls and too much shit in the ass. Like, I'm not down with that. Man. It's not entertaining to me. I don't care.
I agree.
Dude, jump off some shit.
Right.
Do that.
I agree.
I'm not
and they
down.
show it all.
Yeah,
they don't even blur it, bro.
Come on, dude.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that.
Takes away from it.
My favorite part of it is the daring stuff where it's the degree of injury, not the I guess the toilet thing where Steve-O went up and got covered all in shit. Okay, although I'm gagging the whole time. All right, but I agree with you, like the dick stuff and the mouse traps and the shitting. The one dude
their dick between fucking two glasses or something. Man, I'm cool.
I know.
I'm trying to. We're away, Virginia Beach. The kids. I'm trying to watch this.
Oh, with your kids?
You can't even watch. You can't. I'm like, no, fuck this. Turn this off.
No. Yeah, you can't watch that with your kids. And there's no warning either. You don't know it's going to be like that. They give you the little disclaimer at the. But you think it's going to be. Some guy's going to break his toe off or something. You don't know it's going to be two guys with their dick stuck between glass.
Yeah. No, not cool.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you.
How about speaking of Jackass? How about Biden falling down on a bike,
bro?
Yo, I'll be honest. Those cages, they set him up for failure, right? You see the pedals had cages on them.
Right, but was he clipped in? It didn't look like he
cages.
was clipped in.
That's what I'm talking about.
Just your toes going.
Yeah, it's like your toes, like half your foot goes in.
Right.
And I'll be honest. I mean, with clips, I've definitely done that with clips where I couldn't get my clip out. Mm-hmm. But like he made like, and then it was at. There's no like, oh shit, let me try to. You know?
But again, we definitely should steer away from politics. So this is
ain't politics,
I
bro.
agree. But like, it's just
Fucking riding bikes.
I agree. But do you remember how bad he made fun of Trump when Trump like held on? He was at that Trump rally and he walked down the thing and he walked really slow and he held onto the thing and Biden was
made fun of him?
ripping on him.
Really?
And then he fell up. Biden then falls up the stairs on thing.
Yeah.
Now he falls. It's like karma, motherfucker. Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, I don't know. They set him up for failure.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
I
Why
mean,
the fuck? Don't put that motherfucker on a bike.
Do I think they did that intentionally?
Not
no.
on purpose.
He's
I'm
old.
just saying, are they dumb?
He's old.
Are they dumb?
So they
Did you see Trump's speech?
No.
He was talking about, yeah, you know, he fell. Everyone's like, yeah, I laugh. He's like, no, I hope he's okay. Honestly, I hope he's okay.
Yeah.
He's like, I pledge I'll never ride a bike. I'll never catch her on a bike. like listen.
The memes that came out of that, bro, were crazy.
The one
It's
with Joe
Trump
Rogan.
Yeah, down on the ground. Yeah, doing the interview. That was they took that from the only time I've ever seen Rogan do that ever is with Cormier.
No, that was Connor.
Connor, you're right.
Cormier,
He did it with
Connor.
Cormier when Cormier lost. He was
On
concussed.
the ground?
I thought it was on the ground. Was he standing?
No. Yeah, standing.
Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
But on the ground.
Yeah, it was Connor. Yeah,
Connor has an arm around him.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You are right. Yep.
I'm gonna get one more of these.
What was when Connor was on the ground? He was yelling.
Talking shit.
No, he was yelling because he didn't want it to be counted as a win. He was. What was he saying? Like a DQ or whatever he was yelling because he. Huh?
He didn't want it to be counted.
That's what I meant as a loss. What was he yelling? He was yelling at the ref to.
It's not a TKO. It's no contest.
No contest. Yeah, that's what he was yelling. No contest. Yep.
And then he was talking mad reckless.
I know, bro. That's why I'm saying, like, when you talk like that's beyond like.
Like honestly, man, I got to give it to Poirier, bro, because like this guy's been talking mad shit. Poirier, I might have ran over and stomped on his fucking leg.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I hope I won. Dude, dude, I burnt my leg today.
On what? Matt?
Tailpipe in my truck. I was
You're sticking your dick in the tailgate.
No.
Exhaust, I meant.
What?
You burnt your leg, sticking your dick in your exhaust.
I was throwing garbage out of it. I jumped on the bed and I didn't think it was that fucking hot, man.
Nice truck. You getting rims for it?
Yeah.
Frankie sold his motorcycle, chicken shit, and bought a pickup.
Yep.
It's a really good looking truck. I think you need a grill. If I can make a couple recommendations.
Yeah, I'll get to
I don't
that.
like the
Yeah,
grill
I'm
and the rims.
yeah.
The rims
Yeah,
you picked out, I like. Yeah.
Might do a little leveling kit, right?
Yeah. Lower the bass end like 2 inches.
Yeah.
Lou can put that in for you.
Really?
Lou's done all my lift kits.
So
all
you
my
buy
leveling.
it and then he'll do it?
Or
Really?
he'll order it, put it in, whatever.
Really?
He'll do it after hours for cash, like half price. Yeah.
All right.
Leveling kit's pretty easy. Lift kits are a little bit more. You're not going to lift that. You're just going to level it. You want it to sit flat. That's where they look
whatever
the best.
leveling kit. It makes it a little higher. Look higher though. Doesn't a leveling kit make it look higher?
No, you're leveling out the ass end so it sits flat with the front, so the ass end doesn't stick. So the wheel gap in the back matches more the front.
Right.
So it's just the back they do, but
Yeah, they're gonna do that.
yeah, for sure. That'll help the looks of it out. It's a good looking truck, man. Good looking.
I like it. I need a truck. Truck's good to have for the house.
Yeah.
I went and built. So I got a truck. Went right to Lowe's, picked up some shit. I went and built Biggie, under his rope that he hangs on.
Mm-hmm.
He killed the lawn, and it started collecting mud. So I boarded it off. Got like this rubber, brick. It's rubber, but looks like pavers, for the border. Made a square box. Put fabric down, and then put rubber mulch down.
There you go, pal.
He goes after.
You did it yourself.
I did. Me and Tino.
I'm impressed.
Me and Tino.
Oh, Tino.
He did more than I did. No.
I'm impressed, man. I give Renee credit. Not that you can't do shit, but she built that fucking sauna in the backyard. That thing was a pain in the ass, bro.
Yeah,
she's out there with fucking drills, and I think that took her at least a couple days.
I was in that sauna today.
Were you?
Every day, man.
Good for you.
Not
man.
every day, but a lot of days.
I still got to get a dunk tank for my backyard, but the girl keeps telling me, it's going to look like shit. Make your backyard look like ice bath for an ice bath.
I know.
I'll jump in that.
I know, dude. I seen this one company.
Everybody's doing drums now rather than. You notice that?
Yeah, but it's stupid. Like you still have to put the ice in there.
Right.
Like I've seen this.
But it takes up less room.
Yeah, true.
That would be the advantage for my backyard,
true,
which isn't a huge backyard.
True.
So.
But I mean, mine that 100-gallon thing is not that big. And that tank's like a lot more expensive than $100 fucking tank from.
What is?
I don't know how much it is. Like that barrel thing.
It's more expensive, really?
It's like
Is it?
I think
really?
it's like $600. That thing.
What?
Yeah.
Get out of here!
I'm telling you.
Why would it be $600?
I don't know. Then I'm looking at these like nice cold tubs.
Yeah.
Bro, some of them are like 5,000, 15,000. I'm like, damn.
What? Instead of putting ice in, they're plug in
cold,
and they're just cold.
they're
got
cold
it.
all the time. That would be nice.
What would you, in your assessment? Again, this is just what you think. Cryo chamber in comparison to an ice bath. What would you say is better for you?
Ice bath.
I think it's just so much more shocking to your system,
yeah.
and there's no.
It probably does a lot of the same stuff, but I think it's just more bang for your buck.
Yeah, 2 minutes in a cryo.
No, it's,
which I've only
three
ever.
is max. I think three
I did
max.
2 when I was at UFC.
I think 3 max.
Wayne.
Yeah.
I only did 2 in there, and it wasn't even remotely close to what it's like to do in an ice bath. Not even close.
No.
I see everybody's doing now. Gordon Ryan just did one for the first time. He didn't like it.
But he's doing it.
He did it. Yeah, he didn't like it. But he's in it. He's like, explain to me the benefits of this because I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah. I like that stuff. I mean, I don't like it, but I'll do it. I like how it makes you feel afterwards, I guess.
Well, when the concept was explained to us by Errol, it makes sense, bro.
Yeah.
It's like that sort of that ancestral thing. It's almost like what's his name talks about fucking ancestral.
The non-essential tenets.
Yeah. What's his name?
Liver King.
Liver King. Yeah. We weren't created, I should say, over thousands of years to be comfortable all the time. That's not how our body was set up to work, to operate, you know? And when everything's climate controlled and you're at 70 degrees all the time and you can adjust it, if it's 100 degrees outside, you can still make it 70, or if it's 30 below, you can still make it. That's not how we were designed to work, you know? So the concept makes sense of shocking your body, which gets rid of inflammation, right? Which inflammation is the beginning of all disease. It does make sense, you know, but how many people live like that?
What, as far as doing those modalities?
How many people do ice baths? What are you supposed to do it 3 or 4 times a week at least?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think so.
How many people actually do that? Very few, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Mostly athletes.
Yeah, I mean, people in my world, you know, even your world a little bit, influencer world and stuff. They're more into that stuff. But that's why it depends. Like I said, what your world is, right? Whatever you digest, you think everyone's into it, but really, most people are not.
Yeah, no, I agree. I totally agree with you.
But I do. I like it. I wish. I just, like I said, I had that 100-gallon one. It's a pain in the ass. You need a lot of fucking ice to get it to 30-something.
Do you go to that place on Fisher that sells like the 40 or 50-pound bags?
No, where's that?
Oh, it's the bait shop right next to you know where Rivoli's used to be?
Yeah.
It's now Bella.
Yeah,
Bella?
Joe Bella's.
Joe Bella's.
Yeah.
The place right to the right of it. They sell like 40-pound bags.
Really?
Yeah, for like 20. So probably 2 of those would do it. You know what I mean?
No.
More? So what were you filling with before? Wawa ice bags? You must have needed 100
I was
of
on
those.
Spirits. I think the 20-pound ones.
Oh, yeah. Spirits does
I
have
would
bigger
get like
ones.
5 20-pound ones, and that would make it like in the summer.
And that's good for 1 dunk, and then it's done.
1 dunk, and that's not even. It would only get to like 50. It wouldn't even get that.
Really?
Like, yeah.
Even with the ice cold well, do you have a well?
Well, it's not that cold, man. In summer.
50. Wow.
Yeah.
I would have thought colder. Shit, I think for the polar bear plunge, the ocean water was like 50. I don't know.
Yeah. It was
not
bad, right?
It wasn't bad at all. Honestly, it wasn't bad.
I mean,
your adrenaline's
Have
pumping
you
too,
done an
but
ice bath since that day?
I have not.
Why?
Because I have to go buy a tank and
How about this? Tonight.
come over.
No, I'll come over.
Oh.
No, I mean, yeah, you want to do that with it, not tonight, but yeah, we should do that. You should come
I
to
could
something.
do
Go
it.
do
I
a
could
cold
literally.
shower.
I was going to say I could literally go home. Jesse swears by that cold shower.
But I feel like right now you can't get that cold of a shower in Jersey.
Because it's summertime.
Yeah,
probably true. Yeah, I should be doing it. I should be taking better care of myself.
You know what though? I found some stuff. I just I seen like the guy Huberman. You ever talk about him? Huber or whatever. He had some guy on. They were talking about how because if you're gonna do a cold bath, because that's very popular now, like these cold plunges and stuff like that.
Epsom salt.
No. If you do it, you should do it 4 hours after your workout. Otherwise, you're kind of minimizing the benefits of your workout.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But a cold shower doesn't do that. But a full submerge does.
Interesting. Yeah. They always say at the end, put your head under, so it makes sense. You don't obviously sit there the whole time with your head under. Nobody could hold their breath that long. But they say right before you get out, dunk your head, right?
Well, yeah, why?
I don't know. I'm saying something about
Who says that?
full submersion. Every video
Really?
I've ever seen of ice baths, they always say at the end, all right, now go fully under, and then you get out. Yeah.
We didn't do that. I didn't do that last time.
We didn't. I couldn't get any lower than that thing. I could barely get my shoulders
it's
under.
true.
The thing ain't big enough. I mean, I could probably dive in, but there's no way you could do it. I could do it sitting in it. At least I don't think so.
Your legs out.
Yeah, I could stick my. I could do that.
Yeah.
I could stick my. But some body part's gonna be out. Yeah, that was a fucking cold day. We did that too, bro.
God.
It was cold. But honestly, I think just the way it worked out, he wanted me to go last because I was the biggest, and I would
displace the most water.
Displace the most ice. But I think that I had it the easiest because I stood. You guys all did 2 minutes. Plus, we were probably out there for like 5 or 10 minutes before any of us got in.
Yeah.
And I acclimated to that outdoor temperature, which had to be, what would you say, 40 degrees, 35?
No, it was like 30. Yeah, 35.
I acclimated better to that temperature before I had to get in the cold water. You guys were like, just took your robes off and pretty much jumped in. You know, I felt like it was better for me. It sucked, but it wasn't. I could do it. It wasn't. Wasn't horrible.
No, it was cool. I like that. I would like to do another breathing thing. I've done the breathing a couple times. I've done the ice bath plenty.
I've done the breathing a couple times.
But honestly, I didn't make it a routine.
You know when I just recently, because I get winded easy because I don't do a lot of cardio. But I was telling you, we did a bike tour last night on the bikes. We did maybe like 4 miles, something like that. But we were bouncing from restaurant to restaurant. We'd have a drink, and so it wasn't set up to be healthy, but it was some sort of exercise anyway. But we got into a little bit of race. We had a race, like it's probably a couple miles to the sawmill from Ebby's, maybe a mile and a half, something like that. And I was cranking, man. I wasn't going to lose. I'm a little bit competitive. I was like, I'm not fucking losing. I shouldn't have lost because I should have won. But I wanted to put like a stamp on it and blow everybody away. And I was almost there, and I'm gassed. I feel the lungs burning or whatever. And I'm like, just start like deep breaths and exhale, and and it helped. I felt like I got my wind back. You know what I mean? I'm not doing Wim Hof on a bike, obviously, but just that deep breathing and exhaling. I think it helps just to inflate your lungs more, right?
Yeah. Did you say you wanted to really get after it and blow everybody? Is that what you said? No, but that's what I heard. Honestly.
Blow everybody away. See, you only hear.
I thought he
Frankie,
said.
you
I just
only
wanted to get really after it and blow everybody.
You only hear.
And then you start talking about breathing.
What you want to hear. You only hear what you want to hear. How many people think this guy's like attracted to me? I'm starting to think so.
Dude, like, don't flatter yourself.
I'm starting to think so, man. You're scaring me sometimes.
Definitely not my
you are
type.
scaring
Definitely
me.
not my type.
So what about that story I sent you today? It popped up on TikTok, but the problem is, on TikTok, I think you're allowed to post like a 2-minute video, maybe it's a minute, I don't know. So they're always in sections, right? So this story popped up on my
thread. They call it a thread.
Popped
Is that
up
what they call it or
on
no?
On your FYP, your For Your page, pops up.
I don't know TikTok
FYP
lingo
stands for Your Page. It's just like, I guess they take like what you view and they target you with like genre stuff, So anyway, this pops up. It's about a crime, because I watched some crime stuff, I guess. It was about a crime that occurred right here in Vineland, New Jersey, and it was an 18-year-old kid. His name was Zachary something, and he became TikTok famous by filming his feuds with his neighbors, right?
Yeah. But he was kind of a dick, dude.
He was
flying down the street.
He's a dick. So listen,
right? I would have probably threw something at his car.
I sent Frankie like one of them, maybe one or two of them, because there's like 5 parts to it. But it was like part 1, part 2. Part 3 is missing, part 4 is missing, and then it goes to part 5, and you can view it. So I ended up like Googling it to find out the whole story because it was interesting. So essentially, I'll try to keep it short. We're doing a podcast, pal. I can be long-winded, right? Were you in a hurry? You want to get out of here?
You can be as long-winded as you like, buddy.
So this young kid lives in Vineland, which is like an hour from here, not even, and he's feuding he lives with his grandparents here. And he's only 18 years old, but I guess he's got a bunch of fast cars, and he's ripping up and down the street, and
I mean, from the video, it looked like a neighborhood.
Yep,
not like a highway.
Yep.
And he's clocking at 120 miles an hour.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if that was actually in the neighborhood or if that was just a video of him out on the road. But yes, there was a video of him that he uploaded where he's doing like 120. I can't imagine he could do that in the neighborhood.
Dude, that was crazy because it looks like coming down my street at 120.
Right. But anyway, regardless, the neighbor says something. The wife says something to him, and he starts filming her, and he's calling her Karen. And you don't get the full context. I'm sure even if I was watching it, maybe I would think she's a Karen because the full context isn't there. And of course, it's a one-sided perspective from his perspective. So, and he's calling her Karen, and he's kind of baiting her or whatever. So, I guess he kept doing it. Other neighbors had an issue with it, but it was really this one neighbor. But he became TikTok famous from filming them.
Right.
Like one of his videos got like 3.1 million views, which is a lot of views, right?
Yeah.
So, then he gets into it, I think, with one of the sons, and then then the husband says something. The husband's a corrections officer, and then
That's what you lost me.
What kicked this whole thing off is what really took it over the edge was, I guess they had two sons. One was over 18, one was under 18, and one was riding his pedal bike down the side of the road. And they claim, this family claims that he swerved at the kid and honked the horn at the kid, and that really pissed him off. So I guess at some point they worked their way over to his house. They're neighbors. They live very close to each other. And he's or outside with friends sitting on and an altercation ensues. And somehow they end up in the garage. And he has a knife and a stun gun. The kid
has a stun
now
gun? What's a stun gun, though? Like a taser?
It sounded like a taser that shoots, which I didn't think was legal in New Jersey. But it said he fired it twice. So maybe it is, or maybe he illegally had it. I don't know. But taser, I think I don't think stun gun. I think it was taser was the word used. I could be wrong. Maybe it was a stun gun. But regardless, he had a knife and that. Mm-hmm. Now, they're on his property, which is where it gets a little cloudy, right? And they get into an argument, and it's the whole family. It's the wife, the husband.
And the two sons?
And the two sons. And this Zachary kid's wife, he's married. I guess lives there with the grandparents, too. He's only 18, but he's married.
Married?
Yeah.
Okay.
His wife is filming it, right? So, altercation ensues. This guy shoots at the husband a couple times with a stun gun. I guess it didn't work. Ends up stabbing him under the armpit, collapses his lung. He dies at the scene.
What?
Dies at the scene. Now, he's claiming self-defense because they're on his property, right? So, I know that the family was issued some summons for, I forget what. Initially, he was released on his own recognizance. I don't believe, again, I could have the story wrong. I don't believe he was charged initially. He asked the courts for permission to move to Florida. He moved to Florida. While he's in Florida, while he's in Florida, the prosecutor finds out that his wife took the video, right? And they're saying like that makes it now he's like accessory to not accessory to murder, not murder. What manslaughter. He's guilty of manslaughter because now he's trying to film it for TikTok views, right? Mm-hmm. So the whole dynamic changes, right? If it was self-defense, he would have retreated. Like his wife is filming this, so now they changed the charges, and I think they actually charged him with manslaughter. But he's living in Florida, waiting the trial. The other family got charges too. I forget exactly what they were: trespassing, assault, things like that. So it's kind of this convoluted, vortex of charges and defendants also being plaintiffs and plaintiffs also being defendants.
I don't know what happened, but I'm talking. I hope if someone stabs me, my kid's fucking there. Hopefully,
right.
What the fuck?
So it's complicated, right? But he's awaiting trial. They allow him to go to Florida. Now he's living in Florida. Well, he starts commenting on videos on the TikTok about the situation, and he's not supposed to do that, right? So they flag him for that. They shut him down.
The guy's a fame whore.
Then he creates another TikTok. Starts commenting because people are commenting about the what happened. People and he's like correcting them like no, and he's you're not supposed to be doing this. So he's like addicted to TikTok, and it's clear now that this kid is doing stuff for TikTok views or clout or whatever. So and again, this is this is all alleged, so don't sue me, anybody. This is what I just saw on a YouTube video about it. But he's living in Florida. Charges are changed. Now he's charged with manslaughter. He's awaiting trial, and he's commenting, so they come after him again. And in the interim, he gets into a road rage thing with some guy.
In Florida.
And he pulls an airsoft rifle out on the guy and they come after him for that now. So now he's got like aggravated assault with a weapon. He's a fucking like loose cannon, bro. Like this guy is
bro. He's surprised. He should be happy someone in Florida didn't shoot his fucking ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? I mean, you're allowed to stand your ground. Like someone pulls a fucking gun on you,
right.
You could shoot their ass. And
it was a road rage incident, but when you think you'd be on your best possible behavior if you're on manslaughter charges and you just killed somebody?
Well, damn. It scares me a little bit. The whole stab you in the lung and your lung collapses. What do you do? Is there anything you do? Like remember in what was that movie? Three Kings, right? Right, with Mark Wahlberg and Ice Cube, where his lung collapsed and they put a pen in his thing. Yeah. Can that work?
I don't know, bro. You're asking me. I don't know.
I'm just saying, but I might get stabbed in the lung, and I want to know if I got to do.
I got a story about that. Really kind of sad story. So I was big into the street bike stunt game thing way back in the day. We used to ride with the team called. They were out of Lower Bucks, PA. They were called Legion Stunt Team. And they were pretty good. And we'd see them at all the competitions, and we'd ride with them because they're not that far away. Sometimes they'd come out to our spot and ride. Sometimes we'd go out to their spot. Well, we were out at their spot. It was either the day before or that earlier that day riding. And they rode it like an industrial park on the weekends. It's closed down. It's a huge parking lot in the middle of nowhere, not bothering anybody. And just stunt in the parking lot. Learn new tricks, learn how to do circle wheelies, scrape, all this stuff. So we're riding with them. And we'd either left for the day or we were there the day before. I don't exactly recall, but we weren't there at the time. And they stayed out there. They were stunting. They were doing their thing. And they had this young kid. His name was Mikey. They called him Mikey. I actually went to Florida with him. He was the nicest kid, man. And he was only 18. Very talented. This kid was talented on a bike. Like had the knack for it. At only 18, right? We took him to Florida, to Daytona with us and shit. Anyway, super, super nice kid. Story goes, again, I wasn't there. I'd either just left or we were there the day before, whatever. Story goes, they're out there practicing. There's a handful of them, and a cop rolls out. And again, I'm not bad-mouthing cops, but they're really not bothering anybody. They're in the middle of a dead-end road, on the end of a dead-end road at a big industrial building that's not even in operation on the weekend. And he turns his lights on as this kid Mikey's doing like a low-speed wheelie, like a scraping the tail or learning a circle or whatever. And Mike thought he was going to get a ticket. So, this is what is alleged anyway by the people that were there. So he takes off. And it's a dead end. The cop turns around, puts the chase to him, and everybody else just kind of sitting around like, holy shit, can't believe this happened. He took off. And it's a long straight road, and there's a corner at the end right before you go up the hill, and then you get to the main road. He didn't make the corner. Like he was going too fast to navigate it, whatever, and the bike shot out through the woods. I know exactly where it is, but anyway. Bike shoots out through the woods with him on it. It actually went so far out in the woods, as the cops chased him, he didn't even see him because the bike and him were so buried in the woods. He, went out, hit the main road,
looking for this guy,
there, right? So they leave, and they're on the motorcycles. They leave, and as they're passing that corner, he comes walking out, and he's like holding his rib, and they're like, "Bro, we got to get out of here." Like, jump on the back. So we jumped on the back of my buddy John's bike. I remember John telling me the story that night. That, on the ride back to his house, John's house, they just left the bike in the woods, I guess. He could feel his grip getting like a little bit weaker and a little bit weaker and a little bit weaker, and they get to the house. The cops show up shortly thereafter. Big argument in the street ensues and, yada, yada, yada. They're going to take him to jail, all this. Well, anyway, by that time it was very aware that Mike had some injuries and needed medical attention. Take him to the hospital. And I remember talking to John. Well, he's in the hospital, and he's like, yeah, he's got a collapsed lung. He's going to be fine, though. Cops wrote him a couple tickets, whatever. He's good, And the next day, John calls me and said he died.
Wow, from a collapsed lung.
The other lung collapsed in the middle of the night, and he died. Yeah.
So you could have one collapsed lung.
Well, I don't. Yeah, he was in the hospital. My friend was in the hospital with him with one collapsed lung, and all reports were he was going to be fine. He was talking. He was, he was good. And then during the night, somehow the other lung collapsed, and then he died. Yeah, crazy, right?
Damn.
I remember getting that call the next day, and I'm like, there's no way. Like, I just talked to you hours ago, and he was fine, So we did a big ride. He was so into motorcycles. His family allowed us. There must have been, 50 of us that rode in the procession, on bikes to the...
Same thing for my cousin just passed,
Yeah, because he was big into bikes. That's right. Yeah.
His whole club came out.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
That was a sad story.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it was a corner, right? Somehow the corner wasn't navigated correctly, and you hit a pole or something.
No, I think now I came to find out. I don't know. I think he just friggin' squeezed that front brake, and the bike came over top.
Oh, really?
And I kind of crushed him.
Oh, shit.
But he was going supposedly 35 miles an hour.
Really? Wow. Yeah, I remember, man. I remember when that happened. It wasn't too long ago.
And that same thing, I talked to my cousin, like, yeah, he's gonna be good. And then that 2 days later, it's like, yeah.
Wow.
Tough, man.
Yeah, you never know, man. Never know. Treat every day like it's your last. You know?
But that story about that Jersey kid's fucking pretty wild.
Crazy, man. It kind of drew me in, and there was parts missing. I was like, I gotta find out what happened. It was so interesting, but kid was a clear recluse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
His at first he wasn't charged because it was considered to be self-defense. You know what I mean? Like they were on his property inside his garage. And then as the story kind of unraveled, and this kid's weighing in with all these comments, his wife's got this video she's holding on to, and, it was kind of...
It's just that all the bad stuff of social media.
There's a lot
it's so
bad.
much more bad than good.
I
don't know. I don't know if that's true.
No, I agree, bro.
I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know. It's tough to say.
So name the pluses. The pluses for me would be pretty simple. I've always treated my social media literally like a photo album. Like I'm creating a photo album. When I'm dead and gone, my kids will have my Instagram to look through and see the memories we made. And, because when I was a kid, my parents had a photo album. They put photos of us at Tico Lodge. This is sort of my photo album.
Will it always exist? What if it just goes away?
I hope it doesn't.
But can it? Like, you know what I mean? Can there a way to save it? I wonder.
I don't know. I mean, I guess that's possible. But I think if it becomes inactive for a long enough time, but I will hopefully before I die, my kids will know my passwords and all that and be able to access it because they're not going to have a cognitive memory of all these things we did together. And I put a lot of them online. I can't put that in a photo album. You know what I mean? So anyway, and the other factor I would say is that my family, I'm the only one that lives in New Jersey. My dad in Maine, my sister in Michigan, my mom who was in they can just log in and say, oh, God, it was cool. Right? So those are two advantages, but there are so many disadvantages to it, too, I think one of them being...
It's tough. It's tough to really to weigh them, which one's better.
Correct.
I guess like anything, pros and cons to everything.
Sure,
right?
Of course, yeah. What would you say one of the biggest cons is to it? I think temptation would be definitely up there. Sliding in people's DMs is too easy.
Well, that's just the divisiveness of it all, and the negativity and like the cyberbullying and all that stuff.
That is true. Yep.
When people could just say what the fuck they want to you, and don't matter about they don't.
Makes it easier to talk shit because there's no repercussions. Who said it? Who? Some UFC fight.
Mike Tyson.
Tyson, yeah, and he actually did it. Did it.
Yeah.
Did it to that guy on the plane.
That guy fucking 100%
That guy deserved it. What were the charges for that?
Nothing. He got dropped.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't if someone's fucking with you enough, even if they don't.
No. But I don't know. But I just think supposedly if this guy could maybe sue him civilly, but dude, if it goes to the court of public opinion, people are gonna side with Mike Tyson. But
it won't go to the court of. It's already in the court of public opinion.
Civilly, I think it's still I don't know if he's gonna. This guy.
I would say
civilly he still can.
Across the board, almost unanimously. I'm sure there's some pussies out there that are like, oh, he had no right to do that. I'm sure. But I think across the board, from every comment I've ever read and watching it myself, that guy got everything he deserved.
Correct.
And most people would agree that he did. However, that doesn't necessarily align with what the law says. So why wasn't he charged?
I don't know, man.
I'm just asking.
I'm not Dick Tracy, bro.
What your thoughts are, pal?
Remember Dick Tracy?
Yeah.
He was ahead of time. He had an Apple Watch before anybody.
That's right. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Remember the talking TV watch?
He did. Yeah. Well, so was Kit. Remember Kit?
Kit was the shit, bro.
Remember?
Yeah.
What do we do?
Hello,
Kit?
Michael.
Hello, Michael.
You know who the voice of that is?
I do. Who?
You ever see Boy Meets World?
No.
You never seen the show Boy Meets World? You seen it, Mr. Feeney? Mr. Feeney is Kit.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a little past your time, I guess.
No, I watched that a lot when I was.
Boy Meets World?
No, Kit.
Yeah, no.
Kit.
Boy Meets World. I'm saying. It's
My mom loved Magnum PI because she loved
the mustache.
No, she loved his hairy chest.
Tom Selleck.
right?
Mustache rides. No.
Yeah, and the mustache. Remember Airwolf? Do you remember that?
Airwolf.
Airwolf. It was a movie about. I think he died of alcoholism. John Michael Vincent, I think was the actor's name. But he flew like a fucking attack helicopter and like civilly.
Really?
It was pretty cool concept.
TV show?
TV show. Yeah.
A-Team was my shit.
A-Team was so
A-Team
good.
and Knight Rider were back to back. That's what I always watched.
Yep. Yeah, A-Team was good. Very good.
A-Team and Knight Rider. I was an old school cat.
Mm-hmm. A Pity the Fool.
Yeah. Different Strokes.
Yep.
Roger, what did Little House on the Prairie?
I did watch
Remind
that.
you of home?
We watched that as a family, we would watch that.
I don't remember watching it. Honestly, I think I remember watching it. I remember it being on TV. I think my grandmother used to watch it. I'll tell you what I remember watching. It was Golden Girls. I definitely watched it.
I remember when he died, the lead actor on that, Michael Landon died. And my mom was like distraught.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, when he died. But it was just, I feel like there aren't shows with those good morals anymore, don't you? Like, I mean, that show just had such good
Think about
morals.
it, yo. Fucking Fresh Prince had like lessons.
Yeah.
Right? There was lessons to be taught in Fresh Prince.
Yeah, the Fresh Prince was a good moral
Remember, he
fabric.
got caught for stealing or drinking.
Yeah.
They always had good lessons in that show.
I would agree with that. Sure. I wouldn't have popped in my head if you hadn't said it, but it did. Yeah, for
That's
sure.
what I'm here for, bud.
Yeah, but good night, John Boy. Good night, Mary Ellen.
That's what Little House
That's
on
how
the Prairie.
Little House on the Prairie ended every single show.
Yeah.
It would like fade to dark as they were like blowing out the
What
land.
year is that supposed to be? Like Little House on the Prairie.
Oh,
It's supposed to be like that
early 1900s. I don't know.
That was like the Manifest Destiny, right? These people went from east to west.
Yeah. I
Right.
believe
That's
so.
what Little House on the Prairie is kind of about, right?
Yeah. I mean, what would you call it? Turn of the century?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't either.
No idea, buddy.
Good
What
show.
went probably after Civil War?
Yeah.
1880, something like that.
I would put it in that era. I don't know.
I only watch historically correct television. No.
Oh shit! What else you got, Frank? What else?
Dude, the fuck it, the story with the Uvaldo shooting.
Oh,
Uvalde. You see the shit's coming out now.
No, what?
These fucking guys had shields.
Oh
had
yeah,
AR-15s.
They were actually in the school.
Yeah, and there's some Texas like head of some Texas police officer, must be higher up, was like this could have been resolved in 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Should have been.
That's like, yo, to me like, yo, how is that possible? Is this done on purpose? Because like that's the only logical thing you can say. Not on purpose, but I'm like, did they not go in on purpose? Like, what is that? You know? Like,
I don't know. Listen, it's easy, right, to armchair quarterback any situation after the fact. We could all do it. So I don't know why the call was made, the stand down call. I have no idea. I didn't even know at first that it was a car chase that he just. I thought he targeted the school. I didn't even know that it was a car chase that kind of.
And it was his school though too. Right?
I know it seems odd.
Too many fucking.
It seems very odd.
Yeah.
But I just truly believe there should be, and I don't know how it would be done, but there just should be a different set of rules when it comes to schools and children. Like your standard policy of not engaging some madman in an apartment complex, that's barricaded him in, should not be the same policy that's implemented when a psychopath is in a school with a gun. Shoot, it has to be a different scenario, a different plan.
Yeah.
Has to be. A guy at a barbershop which borrowed a shotgun from the barber, a civilian, ended that.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, again, easy to armchair quarterback, but
what the it's such a disgrace though, no?
The police officers that were there.
Dude, they had the shields. The
police officers that were there have to have some shame about that.
Like, is it just shame? Should they be held like criminally? I mean, dude.
I don't know.
Like, now I think this guy, he pretty much killed everybody in one room, right?
For the most part, from what I heard.
So could they have, even if they went in 3 minutes, would they have saved those people? Like, who knows, right?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't know. I don't know enough about it because I don't think that the general public, in any circumstance, whether we're talking about Ukraine or we're talking about Uvalde, I don't think we're given all the information. So how could you? I
don't believe anything anymore, bro.
I don't believe anything. Nothing.
It's
literally.
Remember,
nothing.
like the Dave Chappelle when R. Kelly. I don't believe unless I see R. Kelly with his grandmama and his license, holding his license up.
What? Say that again. I'm not following.
Remember R. Kelly was pissing on the girls. And
Oh,
stuff?
right.
And David Chappelle was like, the skit was like, I don't believe it. The only way I believe it if R. Kelly, his grandma has his license.
Yeah. True.
But I don't believe anything, man. I really don't. It's just
I don't either.
you have to be a skeptic these days, right?
Do you believe that if you're, again, I'm doing some Jesse shit. We tried to get Jesse to come in tonight, but if you're like, let's say you're an enemy of the state, per se, just using that lingo, that you're not liked by the government or you don't, do you think you can be totally set up and framed for shit?
Like, what's that movie with Will Smith and Gene Hackman?
Yes.
What is that movie? Enemy of the State.
Was that what it is?
Enemy of the State.
You're right. It is.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
And yeah, dude, 100%. I definitely think it could happen.
Do you believe that?
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Maybe, yeah, definitely. Me and you, yeah. Like Joe Rogan, no, that can't happen.
Right, he's too big.
Yeah. But yeah, you don't. Come on, of course it can happen.
I'm sure there's examples of where it has happened, but
yeah.
Well, I guess an example would be who's the guy that just
Julian
put up
Assange.
Well, Julian Assange, who found asylum in Europe, right?
Now he extradited him.
Oh, he's fake.
Yeah.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, I think they are. Like I seen that.
They are, or they did.
They are, or something.
Oh, I thought that's why he was there. Dinesh D'Souza or whatever. They came after him.
Wait, the guy that made the movie 2,000 Mules.
Yeah, he was facing charges for getting involved in the election, like.
What, he was facing charges?
He did, and he served time and whatever.
For what? Election fraud?
It was something to do with allocation of funds for the election that was done illegally. But his take on it is, if you saw his interview with Anderson Cooper, his take on it was, look, am I guilty? Yes, I'm guilty. I did my time. I admitted to my crime. I am guilty. But I did nothing that literally tons of other people haven't done, and none of them served any, were ever brought up on charges. Why is that? You know what I mean? That's kind of his thing.
So wait, the guy that made 2,000 Mules was arrested for what?
Andrew, help me out. What was his actual arrest for? It was something to do with campaign funding. Illegal campaign funding.
He's on the Trump side?
Yeah, he's conservative.
Okay. So they went after him.
Mm-hmm. And again, I'm not a political analyst, but I did see the interview with him where, he did say, listen, fair is fair. Like, I did the crime. I served the time.
Campaign contributions to a New York Senate candidate.
Yeah.
So he funneled the money.
Right. But they came after him for it, which, okay, fair enough. He
did jail time? Or
I don't know. If you could look that up, Andrew.
He did.
Would you want to try jail?
No.
Not really.
Would I want to try it? No.
You know what I mean? Like
do the 60 days in thing?
There's two things that I would want to know what it's like, but not have to do it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
If I could like a video game of it or something.
Oh man.
You want to know what being in prison.
But there's levels to prison.
For sure. Yeah. Imagine you could just
county is not the same as doing like.
That's what I mean. Yeah, like a real estate prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
or even like military. Going
to Sing Sing
military
is
is something else I'd like to experience.
You ever contemplate doing
military?
Enlisting at all? Ever? Never?
I was always focused on wrestling.
Yeah. Everybody in my family, he was either drafted. Most of them were drafted. My dad was drafted. My everybody, but my sister enlisted. And I thought about it, I think, but at 18, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I really didn't. I knew I didn't want to go to college because I knew at that time of my life I was a partier, and I knew it would be a waste of my money, a waste of my parents' money. I knew I probably would, I didn't know what field, so I just went into the family business. I just worked for my dad. I went to Vogue Tech School. I got my journeyman oil burner license. Took the state board test, got that. Got my Class A. So I was set up. I was good to work for my dad. I could do pretty much whatever I wanted to do for him. And I did for the whole winter after I graduated. I graduated in June. I worked for him for the whole summer. Worked through the winter. It got to be February. And he's like, well, I mean, you don't want to go to college. You want to. My buddy Jim owns a fishing fleet in Alaska. Do you want to do that? And I was like, how much money can you make? And he's like, well, I don't know. A lot, I think. So I was like, sign me up. I'll do it. And I did it, and I honestly have no regrets about it. I did another trip after that, which I made about half the money as I did the first trip, so I didn't do it anymore. I did 2 trips. But that was kind of my introduction into the workforce and growing up. Working for my dad wasn't it, because it's my dad. Like, you know, I knew if I was late, I wasn't going to get fired or whatever. I wasn't, you know, although my dad was harder on me than it was everybody else. But doing that, I was like, okay, like I can handle pretty much any work that is thrown at me. I've done a really tough job. After this, everything's easy, you know. But I knew I was going to go right into the workforce. You know what I mean? So, from a young age,
From a young age. So
and I think I made the right.
I
think I made the right decision not to go to college, because I think it would have been a waste of time and money for me personally.
You think you'd have made it?
No.
No.
I think I would have gone in not knowing what I wanted to do for a major. I'm glad I went to Vogue Tech School. I mean, even though I didn't
know
use
what I
it,
want to do for a major.
I would have gone in not knowing what I want to do. I would have got a house or a condo with my buddies like they all did. We would have got drunk every night on Busch Light. I probably would have scrounged by, got minimal grades, and spent my parents' money and my money.
It's pretty much 90% of people's
I know,
college
that's what I'm saying.
experience.
But at least I realized it early, and I don't know that I would have used whatever trade I was in. If I was focused, like laser focused, and knew what I wanted to be and had no doubts about it and didn't waste time with stupid elective classes or whatever, then yeah, but I wasn't that mature at that age. I just wasn't there. So I think it would have been a waste of time for me and money, you know.
So yeah. Well, how we get on that? We got things we want to try.
Yeah.
Or experience.
You said military, and I said I didn't go in the military. I went to Alaska.
Yeah.
I guess I could have, you know, but it never was really high on my list. I remember the
But dude, that I mean, I guess that fit. How long away for the fishing trip were you and all that?
Oh, I was only up there like 2 months,
But
I signed right back up for another trip. I was at sea for 46 days.
Yeah, that's pretty wild, dude.
Yeah. It was hard work.
No seasick?
Hard work, but there was nothing else to do. You might as well work. You know what I mean?
You're bored as shit.
Only one day, bro. I don't get seasick at all, but one day. And I was on a 196-foot boat. I was on a 200-foot boat. It was a processor. There's nothing glamorous about what I was doing, but it was hard work. But you worked 16 and a half hours was your shift, because you get a half-hour lunch break in the middle where you get to go up to the mess hall and just eat as much as you can eat. And I will say it was the best food, bro. The mess hall on that boat had the best food.
Really?
Bro,
all the fish you were
Alaskan
catching?
No, you weren't allowed to do that for some reason, but they could cook we weren't fishing for crab. We were fishing for pollock the first season, and the second season we were fishing for hake. The first season was a bigger money trip because we were harvesting the fish eggs, and that's big money in Japan. But Alaskan king crab, steak.
You get them.
It
was on the boat?
Oh, bro, and you ate like a king on that boat. You really did. The food was it was really good on that boat.
Better fucking feed you, that's the only thing.
But you just worked your ass off, you know, and you're working in these cold.
Did you beat off in there for 2 months?
No, because you know why? And I'm like a serial masturbator too, but like
no privacy?
No privacy, bro.
How do you shower?
There was no chance to do it. You showered in a room that was a bunch of showers. They were individual stalls. But there was I think there was like 90 of us on the ship.
Wow.
And there was like 5 girls, bro. It was like
Really?
85 guys and 5 girls.
Wow.
Yeah.
Any of them lookers?
I think one of them was banging one of the boldstons on the ship.
Is that okay? Is that allowed?
I don't think they gave a fuck. As long as you showed up to work, they didn't care, bro. You know, I'm pretty sure. And none of them were like hot, bro. There was one that was like
Dude, two
all
fucking
right.
months on the middle of the boat.
One was all right, and I'm pretty sure she was banging like one of the engineers that didn't do like grunt work like we were doing, you know. But anyway, yeah, you weren't gonna go in the shower and crank one out, bro. You got a guy like it wasn't happening, so you had to like just like fucking internalize like Jesse does, yeah.
Fucking, yeah, that's funny.
But yeah, I worked with some interesting people, man. It was like the real world. It really was. It really
of like the real world of Alaska?
People from all over. Like I had this one guy in my room. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of us per room. The rooms are really small, smaller than this, and there's 6 of us in there in bunk beds. But by the time you got to your room, bro, you lay down, you slept, you were out because you were exhausted, and you wake up. But anyway, I had this one guy. He was from Seattle, Washington. He was like kind of like a straight up I don't know, like grunge kid, I guess you would describe. And then I had
Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, like that, right? Like hardcore leftist, like, you know what I mean, like type dude. And then I had this guy. His name was Mohammed Mahmoud. You know, he was
from Egypt.
He was from Egypt, right? And he was in my room, and he spoke with a heavy. So it was like this eclectic group of people, bro. Yeah. Bro, that dude threw a hot cup of coffee in my face.
Who did?
Mohammed Mahmoud.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
Why?
Because you go on breaks. You get to break each other. And he was my break partner. So you were allowed 15-minute breaks to go warm up because it was cold, bro. You're in the belly of that ship, and it's all running water under your feet to wash all the like guts and stuff out. You're standing on grates, but it's just below your feet. And the cold, it's freezing water, you know? And you're in rain gear, and there's just water spraying everywhere. You're cold the whole time. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not.
That, dude.
Yeah, it sucked, bro. But this is 1994. I graduated in 93, so it was 94 I went out there. So anyway, he was my break partner. And like when you're waiting for your break, bro, that motherfucker better be there on the second, right? Like you get, I think, like a 5-10 minute break or whatever to go grab a cup of coffee and drink it in the break room, right? You go take your grunion gear off and you sit in the break room, grab a cup of coffee and everything. You're allowed to just shit and chill. And it's like, let's say it's a 10-minute break, bro. This motherfucker's like, it's like 15 minutes and I'm waiting for my break and he's not back, right? So I think one of the engineers said, okay.
So he gets a break and then you get a break.
He's sitting in the room just fucking hanging out. And like you got to be mindful of other people's time, bro. It's important on this boat. Yeah. Like time is like money on this boat, right? When you're exhausted and you're cold and shit. And this fucker's gone longer than he's supposed to be. And I think the engineer said, just go, you know, I'll cover your air. Just go and send him back, right? So I walk out in the break room, and he's just sitting there with his gear off, drinking coffee or whatever. I'm like, yo, whatever. I said, yo, motherfucker, what the fuck, bro? Like, you're supposed to be back like 5 minutes ago or whatever. And I was probably a dick and probably a little loud or whatever. Bro, he takes a hot cup of coffee and chucks it right in my face.
What did you do?
I didn't fight him because I would have got immediately thrown off the fucking ship.
Oh, they're gonna bout ship?
No,
they're gonna bout ship? Fuck that.
No. Here's what they do, bro. Listen, this is true. So there's what they call an ammonia freeze. Like everything goes down in the belly of the ship. Everything goes down in the very belly. All we're making a product called surimi. If you go in the stores and you buy like imitation crab, that's what we made, right? Okay. And that's everywhere. Like if you go to like nice restaurants and buy certain things, you're getting imitation crab. Of course. Basically, it's minced up pollock. That's basically what it is, right? And they put a little red dye on it to make it look like a crab, right? So anyway, the story goes you can't fight. There's heavily like you'll be suspended and then you get fired. You can't get off the boat, so they charge you a daily rate to stay on the boat. Plus, you miss your bonus. If you make the whole trip, you get like a double bonus.
Dude, throws fucking coffee in
right.
your
face. So it has to be arranged. You have to arrange fights, like couple.
Oh, you could do that?
You have to go all the way down in the belly of the ship where it's like 30 below zero, where all the shit, and duke it out down there where nobody goes, right? Like nobody wants to be down there working. There's only a couple guys that went down there and worked, and they just stack, the stuff, and they don't work that hard. But they're in like 30 below fucking degrees. So nobody wants that job. They're in these big, huge suits and shit. But if you want to fight, you go down there and fight. And there was maybe like 2 fights the time I was on the boat. But you had to go down there where nobody would see it. And you could get away with it, And if you had a beef with somebody, you go down there. But Mohammed wasn't about that life. I knew he wasn't going to go down in the fucking...
Fuck, I would have snuck his ass down, bro.
No.
Fuck
well,
that.
I would have had to, but I would have got fired. You know what I mean? If I snuck him...
Saw you.
If I snuck him...
Fucking 94, bro. I ain't got no fucking cameras.
This dude, Mohammed, was ratting me out for sure, bro. So I like threw something at him or whatever and called him a pussy or whatever, but that was it. He went back to the shift and that was it. We actually got along after that, but he threw a fucking hot cup of coffee in my face. But the story goes, and again, whether it's true or not, I don't know. Story goes, because you're like hundreds and hundreds. You're like 600 miles offshore. You're off like the Aleutian Island chain, like in the middle of the Bering Sea. You're basically bordering Russia, right? You're way the fuck out there. It ain't like you can just steam back in if somebody. Like I remember a big wave came over the side and like broke the ankle of one of the bosuns. Coast Guard had to fly out and airlift him off, right? And we even had to come in, I think, a little bit to get closer because they didn't have enough fuel, whatever. So I remember that happened. And the story goes, not on my trip, but the story goes the trip before me, a guy died of a heart attack, an older guy died of a heart attack. And they just put him down in the fucking ammonia freeze down in the bottom and froze his ass.
Yeah, it's good.
Until they could offload him onto like another ship, but it was like days before they could do it,
Damn.
So, yeah. So if you get fired or quit, which a lot of people, because it's hard work. I know one of the girls quit for sure, I remember. They let you stay on the boat because they can't offload you, obviously, but they charge you a day rate. They charge you, let's say, $100 a day to stay on the boat and eat their food, right? And you just sit in your bunkhouse all day. It's fucking boring as fuck. You'd have to be a real... and you don't make your bonus. And your bonus is basically double what you make. Let's say in a month and a half, 46 days, right, was my first trip. And it's all judged on your catch. Not your personal catch, but the overall catch of all the boats, right? Every boat has like an environmentalist on it that tallies your catch. And when they reach a certain quota, tonnage, they shut it down. Our trip took 46 days to reach that tonnage, and I'm sure it's much less now because that was back like when there was fish in the oceans, 93, you know? It was a long time ago, 94. So anyway, where was I going with? Oh, this girl that quit doesn't make her bonus, gets charged a daily rate, which isn't a huge rate. But let's say our fish tally, let's say I made $9,000 on our fish tally. They paid you $18,000 as a bonus if you made the whole trip and didn't quit because it's hard work. They know people are gonna fuck. They know people are gonna make like $5,000 and say, "Fuck it, I quit. I made $5,000."
Right.
They double that shit. So I came home with like, I don't know, maybe less than $20,000. I came home with in a month and a half. Now in 1993, bro, that was fucking good money back then. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, they hiring?
No, I doubt that fleet is even in existence now. But it was. I did it with a buddy of mine from Maine, and we're both, over 6 foot. He was 6'2", I was like 6'4", and the boat was designed, built, and made in Japan.
Wow,
it was
perfect.
made
for me.
Japanese dude. Every doorway, bro, my forehead had a permanent fucking bruise on it from smashing my head. And I remember there was a welding lead like halfway through, this welding lead that went overhead that put off this static charge, and you're wet the whole time. And my friend worked way in the back. I worked in like more the front of the ship. He had to go all the way in the back, bro, and he would get fucking lit up every time because he'd be wet. It was like a static charge this thing gave off, I guess. But yeah, it was fun, bro. It was a cool trip, man.
Good experience,
It was.
Young kids.
It was for sure.
Couldn't even drink at the time, could you?
No, but we got off in Dutch Harbor, right? The boat comes in at the end of we offload onto boats at sea. So we came in empty. Actually, no, we offloaded in the middle of the trip because our boat filled up and you're sitting so low in the water. We offloaded onto this Japanese tramper boat. It took like 24 hours to offload everything, just nonstop. That boat takes off to Japan. Then you go right back to fishing. And our final catch we brought into Dutch Harbor, and you offload Dutch Harbor. There's really not much in Dutch Harbor, tiny little airport. Like you literally, the plane backs up to the water, and by the time the wheels come off the ground, it's almost touching water. Dutch Harbor is tiny. And then we flew into Anchorage. And in Anchorage, it's a much bigger area. So in the airport, there was a Cheers bar. Remember the popular show Cheers?
Never heard of it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, you idiot. I walk in, and I'm 18, bro. And the next youngest guy on the boat is probably like 30. I'm the youngest guy on that boat by far, right? We walk into the bar, and they're all fucking ordering drinks and beers or whatever. I was like, fuck it, bro. I just became a man out there. They better fucking serve me, right? So I ordered a Norm beer, which is like this abnormally huge beer, and they served me, bro. I was only 18.
Big dude,
so
bro.
Big
dude, you're fucking 6'4".
Yeah, I was skinny as a
No
rail.
beard? Any beard?
No, probably couldn't even grow a beard back then. But anyway, they served me. I drank my first, what I felt was a legal beer, even though it wasn't. It was in a legal establishment, and flew home after that. Yeah, so it was cool.
Not bad, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. That was a good go.
Yeah, it was a
You good with that, pal?
Yeah.
Always a pleasure down here with you, pal.
I do, man. It's my weekly therapy.
Yes, sir. Mine too.
No, I'm saying I'm the therapist.
You're gonna get no argument out of me. You are the therapist.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining in our little therapy session.